Good evening, Bahamas. Coming up tonight, it's a celebration for the country's 44th year of independence. We've got a full rundown. The former Prime Minister gives his take on the country's crime problem. Plus, what the government plans to do with Princess Margaret Hospital.
Our news is brought to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive.
Happy Independence Day and welcome to our news. I'm Kyle Joaquin. Thanks for joining us. Topping news, it was all the fireworks, drills, and music that come along with independence celebrations here in the Bahamas. Thousands of Bahamians packed Clifford Park last night for the annual celebration, where law enforcement, religious leaders, and entertainers put on one spectacular show. Our April Sands gives us a full breakdown.
So we go talk of our culture, sing of our heritage, and bring up our identity. Because we got young people here who need to learn, and old people what need to remember.
Well, it's hard to say who wasn't in attendance here tonight on Clifford Park to celebrate the country's 44th birthday. But I can tell you that it's been nothing less than a huge turnout with a memorable theme. It was a focus on the country's most historic highlights last night on the eve of Independence Day, a timeline of some of the most memorable moments leading up to the country's independence from British rule, similar to that of a one-on-one history lesson on events like Black Tuesday, Majority Rule, and a review of some of the country's more notable founding fathers. Skits and performances were centered in a documentary-style production. Despite the government pulling back more than $500,000 from the Independence Day celebrations, Bahamians seemed to be entirely impressed with the high level of production. It was mentioned to be one of the more impressive celebrations in years in terms of technology and stage production. Many people couldn't help but notice the HD screens and the high-level lighting effects.
This whole dramatization, the way they're encapsulating pockets of history, excellent idea. Whoever put this cast together, whoever came up with the idea, kudos, I salute them. And tell them that the genius, keep running, excellent, I love it. They're just encapsulating our history, and that's how you pass it to the next generation. Because they appreciate the visual a lot more and connecting it to them. So kudos for this. I wasn't too impressed by a lot of them in the past, but this one stands out.
Well, I look for improvement, you know, and this year I see some technology out there that'll blow your mind, you know. Yeah, the technology is really great. You know, the screens and all of this stuff. You know, the first independence, it was like scrapping little TV shows and all that. But now it's like a major production out there, yeah. And the dancers and the whole event is precision and on time.
Really proud to be a Bohemian. I would not want to be anything other than a Bohemian.
And then there were those big artists who came out and truly made it a party.
Happy Independence, everybody. Livingston, Josiah JB. Don't mind Livingston, Josiah JB. Josiah JB. Josiah JB. Don't mind Livingston, Josiah JB. Don't mind Livingston, Josiah JB.
So to hear Ronnie Butler, to hear some of, you know, Tony Seymour and the other wonderful singers that we have in the Bahamas, it's just awesome. So, and of course, makes me feel patriotic and know that this is my country and, you know, the only country in which I can vote. So I just love coming out to Clifford Park.
In the crowd was a number of Independence Day t-shirts, families and kids all wearing an emblem of cultural pride in some way, shape, or form. Most evident was the Bahari collection, specifically standing out in a number of groups. We also got a chance to speak to a few familiar faces in the crowd.
Every time I have a chance to show my Bahamian pride, I always take the opportunity to.
celebrating 44 years of independence. And though I wasn't a part of the struggle and all the fight that brought us to independence, I'm definitely a part of taking the country forward for hopefully another 44 successful years. And now we've won the war against freedom, the freedom aspect of our independence, and now it's time to win the war against economic independence, and that's what I want to be a part of. And I just want to say happy independence to all Bahamians.
I look around and I see the hundreds of thousands of Bahamians gathered out here tonight. I'm excited for what this means for generations to come, and so this is a very important milestone event and cultural exploration to showcase who we are, what we are today, and what we hope to become in the future.
Independence is for every Bahamian, and as long as Bahamian blood runs through my veins, I will attend everything that I could, because this is who I am, and I am proud to be Bahamian.
Then there was the raising of the flag, one of the more touching spectacles of the night. A quiet audience watched as the flag was hoisted by officers, followed by thunderous applause. And then there was the most anticipated part of the night.
Well, that does it for us here tonight on Clifford Park. And it's official. We can say happy 44th birthday, Bahamas.
We have much more news to get to. Still to come, the former Prime Minister weighs in on the country's crime problem. And later on, what could be done with Princess Margaret Hospital. Stay tuned.